Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, Adama, for joining me on this wonderful broadcast and this topic, which means a lot to you. Thanks for agreeing to do this. I know it's not an easy thing, given to the many years you spend on planet Earth. So you probably, I'm saying, due to the topic, you may have experienced betrayal, how people cope with betrayal, and how forgiveness help people to cope with it, or can they move on after forgiveness, and where there's still love there, or where love is lost, can for does forgiveness still apply? I will give you the floor to introduce yourself to the listeners. Also, as an astrologist, you must have come to a point of your experience. It's a matter of life and death job you are doing. So you may have experienced such incident where maybe patient family felt the hospital, not necessarily you, or you being an astrologist, betrayed them by not saving their their person. So betrayal comes in different shapes or form. However, on this issue, we'll be focusing on betrayal mostly in relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, in particular, or in a romantic relationship. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I yield the floor to you to for your opening statement and introducing yourself and why you choose to agree to do this podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Electricity. Once again, good afternoon to the viewers. My name is Adama. Um, yes, what an interesting topic regarding betrayal and forgiveness. So it's a deep topic. It's something that I think every one of us has encountered a situation where we're put in the position that is either you let go of it or hold on to it. So those are the things we're going to be discussing today. And the word betrayal. What is betrayal? So we're going to be looking towards that. So I'll encourage the listeners, please keep an open mind and let's enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, have you ever been betrayed before? Remember, it's a sensitive issue, and I mean, have you ever been betrayed before? And what does it mean to you? What did it do to you?
Yes, I've been betrayed before and betrayed by someone I loved and cared so much about. Um, it takes you to a place that you never want to be because when you love someone, you love them, you know. I love unconditionally, regardless of what your status, whatever position you are in life. I do not love people based on what they do, earn, or anything. I just go by their heart. Like, are you a kind person? Like, what have you done for society? Like, there are many things I look into before going into a relationship with someone. So yes, I have been betrayed, and it's something that when I look back at it, it hurts, but it's part of life. You learn from it. And the question I ask myself is, what could I have done differently? So, did I answer your question?
Yes, you did answer the question, and I was just taking notes while you were talking. So, yes, you have been betrayed, and you look back and you ask yourself, what could you have done differently? When you say what could you have done differently, what could you provide clarification? Do you mean to prevent it, or the way you handle it? Could you have prevented that betrayal? Could you have prevented that betrayal that you're talking about?
The thing about betrayal, nobody wakes up today and say, "Oh, I'm going to like I know what today holds." And I like to look at that in a relationship perspective as well. Nobody wakes up today and say, "Oh, I want to break the heart of my girlfriend," or "I want to break the heart of my husband." For me, when I said what could I have done differently is why didn't I notice this? Like, is there something I did? Was I not paying attention enough? Was I not good enough? Like, why did this happen? Because I think if you felt what it means to be in love, deeply in love with someone, and at that same time, this person you love so deeply betrays you, I think for anybody that has been in that situation, the first thing you ask yourself is why. Why did this person choose to do this? And this person you know loves you clearly, but why would they choose to hurt you in a place where you've never been hurt before? And for me, the question was like, what could I have done differently in terms of, did I miss anything? Was I not paying attention enough? Is there something like, I felt like you just hold that guilt stays with you in terms of what did you not do? But after a while, you get to the realization that it's not about you. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just who, who that person that betrayed you knew what they were doing. But at the same time, how long are you willing to hold on to that anger and let go of it? Because quite frankly, when I get angry, I'm not friendly. So that's just me. So when I reacted real bad. So it was something when I look down, um, I'm someone when I'm angry, at the same time, I still care about that person. There's something that exists between me and this person. So I always try as much as I can not to allow my anger to overshadow the care and the love that we once shared. So that's
Yeah, thank you very much again. And I was just laughing here because when you were talking about how could this person love me and still betrays me, and my mind went to Judas when he betrayed Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. And there is no record that Judas ever loved Jesus Christ. However, what you're saying, what I understand, or what the viewers would like to know is, so why would somebody who loves me betray me? So is it possible to love someone and betray the person? Is that what you're suggesting? I mean, what you're saying that yes, this person you this experience, I beg your pardon, you are referring to, you deeply love the person and care for the person. But it amazes you why this individual betrays you. Would that be correct? Would you mind expatiating more on that, please?
yes, this person was someone I deeply cared about and loved. We both loved each other. And what could I have done differently? Is that a question you asked me?
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, you said the person loves you and betrays you. And you were wondering why would someone who claims to love me or love that individual still at first go to betray the person, and afterward you still care for the person. Does that mean that in spite of the fact that the person betrays you, the person also still deeply love you, and that is why you're able to? There's no love lost between the both of you. Would that be? Well, is that what you're trying to say to me and the audience, please?
My thing is, I can see how how they felt seeing how hurt I was. And it's one thing to hurt someone, it's another thing for someone you deeply care about to hurt you. I mean, that pain is something I don't wish for my worst enemy. I'm not someone that hold on to grudges or have a dislike for any human being, but Yeah, I quite agree with the phrase that, everybody doesn't have to like you. Same thing applies with me. Everybody doesn't like me and I don't like everyone. So do I when this situation happened, I saw how remorse he felt, but I am someone who is able to separate something, my feelings for someone and caring for them. I do not combine the two together. So, like, I can be mad at you. This is just my personality. And I still have to do what I need to do at home that I need to do and, just go about my day. Then, when it's time to address that issue, I'll address it. So, for me, using the word, there was no word lost, love lost between this person to me. Will I say that? I'll say yeah to an extent, but at the same time, you always have this question behind your back: why? Why did it happen? And I don't think it's something you ever, no matter what that person says, will ever make sense to you. So that's one thing when you called me and you said this is a subject you were thinking about, and I said, yeah, I'll be interested to talk about it, is I want the audience, the viewers to understand that betrayal is something that a person who committed the act, no matter how much they try to explain, would never make sense to you who experience the betrayal, because you will always look at it from a lens of that person has really hurt you, and it will never make sense to you. Even if they tell you the truth or explain everything to you over and over, it will never make sense to you. So it's okay for it not to make sense, because you will always, people always say, let go, forgive. Yes, you can forgive, but to forget is a different ball game. So it will always be behind your mind that something happened, and you always question some certain things. When things like that, you feel like this person is leaning towards that mindset again. It triggers something in you. So I just want our viewers to understand it's okay, no matter what that person, whoever betrays you, said, and you cannot make sense of their excuse, or it never makes sense to you. It shouldn't make sense to you. It's not your job to figure out why it should make sense. Rather, you have to come to a place and a space where you recognize that you're not a problem, but this has happened. How do we deal with it moving forward if you decide to stay with the person? So, Electricity, I have a question for you. Since you've asked me a question,
Go ahead.
have you ever felt betrayed before?
Have I ever feel betrayed before? In yes, I mean, yes, I have felt betrayed before. Like you rightly said, not everybody handles. We don't handle betrayal the same way. So, but I commend you that you handled yours. Even though I'm still going to press on some clarification. But yes, I have felt betrayed before. But I think I have betrayed than people betrayed me in the context of a relationship and making amends. One of the things about betrayal is, like you rightly said, don't try to figure it out, and because attempting to figure it out will never make sense, and particularly if you love the person. Uh, so it never makes sense. And so, yes, I have betrayed more. I felt I've been betrayed, but I think I have betrayed more than being betrayed. I have to. This is an honest conversation that we will have. We're gonna have oftentimes if you grant me the audience or oblige to any invitation I sent, and trying to make amends with this. person or individuals that were betrayed. It's I think it's a mountain that I don't think anybody can climb, because, like you rightly said, forgiveness is not memory loss, and that is the part I mostly struggle with when the individual keep referencing to this betrayal every time. And so, uh, should we betray each other? The answer is no. People should avoid to betray each other as much as possible. We should avoid it. Uh, but there's a different angle to betrayal that I will want to weigh into. But there's also a niche there that also one has to be careful that you don't lie. You can't hold on to something you lie to get, regardless of your intentions. Regardless of your intentions, you can't hold on to something you lied to get. It's that is whether you really want to impress or love this person, or you want to keep this person. It's often better to tell the person the truth at that very instant and let the person make up their mind. But on the flip side, some people get away with it in that after explanation as to why they betray this person, the other party understands. They say, okay, you know what? It's hurting, it's painful, and but I can see reason behind it as long as it doesn't involve lives or involve any damage. Apart, if it's a matter between the both of you, that's fair enough. But as long as it doesn't involve again a matter of life and death, and you betray that person just as Judas betrayed Jesus Christ, I think people can work around it. The most important thing to me is where love is not lost. If love is lost, well, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept it and move on with your life. So I don't know if I'm able to answer your question, but I'm open to further questioning, and I
Well,
won't.
thank you. You
I'll be
answered it
fair.
as much as you can.
Yeah. Yes, like I said, I have some more questions to ask, maybe two or three. Feelings and caring. How were you able? I mean, how were you able to separate yourself, if you actually did, and still care for this person that betrays you? How were you able to separate that? Because to me, it's kind of difficult, beyond imaginable, because even, sorry, I'm going to go back to Judas again. Jesus told Judas, it would have been better if you were not born. So how were you able to care for this person? Is it because the person still showed remorse, if he did? I mean, we don't know that it's a he or she, because we live in a world whereby it could be a he or she. Is it the case that the person truly love you, like you said, and you were able to show that caring? And what do you mean by caring? I'm going to expand. I mean, I'm going to push further than that. So I'm assuming this person you're talking, you, like you said, you are in a deep relationship. Were you able to bring yourself to that point to still have intimacy with this person? And how long did it take? I know these are personal questions, but it's for the benefit of the audience who will listen to this, and to bring healing if possible. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, caring for someone is the act of kindness shows for me, the act of kindness shows the human in you. And for me, given what I do as a profession, I've seen patients die right in front of me, and I see the family, how devastated they are. And as a anesthesiologist, you ask yourself, what should you have done differently? But at the same time, you know your profession, you did everything you can, but it has nothing to do with you. But doesn't mean that you don't have that empathy You should have empathy, you know. And for me, had I equate my caring to that this person that I deeply cared about was they're still human. They still love there, even though I'm hurting. I still have the need to care for this person because that's just who I am. I'm a caring person. I don't believe in I don't believe in tick for tat. Like I'm mad at you, I'm going to hurt you back, I'm going to revenge and all that stuff. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't have time for revenge because it's too exhausting because the plan people put into executing something for me personally, I do not have time for that. I rather channel that energy into healing and getting myself to a place where I can accept that it's not my fault. This person made a mistake. How can we move past it and rebuild the trust that once existed in front of us? And when it comes to love making is something that happens naturally, organically. So for me, I can, like I said, not someone that combine issues. I separate things, you know. I put the issues we have separately. And yes, I will have intimacy with this person, and I don't regret having intimacy with that person. I'm not condoning their behavior, but at the same time, that is my own prerogative and what I choose to do. And I don't think it should matter to anyone how I choose to react, because at the end of the day, it's our issues, not everybody's issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think a lot of women would probably say, "Stone her to death. She's not being real. How would she be betrayed?" And she's saying all this, but it's. I believe you, and I envy your man. Let me put it that way. And I'm jealous, but uh, that you could be this person. Uh, uh, just on another note, I took a note down here in terms of how were you able to process this healing, this forgiveness. Like I said, forgiveness is not memory loss. Were you tempted during conversation to repeat this person's, let me, for want of better word, this person's betrayal, fuck up betrayal? And did it cross your mind that, oh, he will do it again, or whatever the betrayal may be, he's going to do it again, he's going to do it again? Does such thought crosses your mind that time? Because we are keeping things real. I don't want us to be under that illusion or give that impression that we are not human, we are not human beings. Thank you very
Um, I think one thing people, for those of our listeners that are listening, betrayal is a way of broken trust. And once a trust is broken, you don't expect it to be given. It's not something that it automatically comes back in the relationship overnight. It takes time and it takes work. It takes effort for you to, because when things happen, I'm someone that goes back and I evaluate myself. What can I do better? Like, how can I improve? This is a time to have the conversation, what we need to do moving forward. But yes, there will be something at the back of your mind that will always question the intent of this person. And the trust is not going to happen overnight. I'll be kidding you, telling you, or the trust came back overnight. No, it takes time. It takes time. But at the same time, I do not believe in living my life in the past, something that has happened. Because in order for me to move forward, that's where the forgiveness come in. Because being angry weighs so much on you. It weighs so much on you. And for someone like me who enjoys sleeping, I love sleeping. uh, That's one of the things I like doing. So when I'm not reading, doing the one, things that I love, I want to relax. And when I'm when I have things on my mind, I cannot sleep. It makes me feel restless. So for me, I had a choice to either allow this to keep weighing me down or let it go. And for me, I think the best thing I did was letting go, because I came to realize that holding on to it is not going to change what has happened, but doesn't mean I have no right to feel the way I'm feeling. Yes, I do have the right to feel the way I'm feeling, but I had a choice to let go or hold on to it. And for me, the best choice was forgiveness, because there's a peace that comes from forgiving. And there's this weight that get lifted off of you once you know you're at peace with yourself and this person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We I tend to run this program interview or podcast for 30 minutes, so we still about have 5 minutes more to go. Again, I would like to thank you for your time and for agreeing to do this podcast with me, and I hope when I extend the invitation out in the near future on other issues, or I would like to build on these issues of betrayal, and forgiveness. I don't know if you have anything to say, any question. I mean, you have a very loving family, which is kudos to you as an astrologist, and still be able to be. I know most people don't like this word, housewife. People tend to take that word housewife, in my opinion, out of context to be women that are jobless, that don't have work. Or maybe let me rephrase that word there. Homekeeper. Let me put that way, because so how do you juggle? This is we're off the issue of betrayal and forgiveness now. How do you juggle your busy work life and being able to also manage a happy home, cooking and everything? I think a lot of our viewers will benefit from that. Some of them may be struggling to draw the balance. So maybe you can help to give some advice or some suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you. I think one thing is everything you do in life, you need to realize you need to be intentional. And for me, family is a big thing. And regardless whatever your profession is and how much you earn in life, there is someone you want to share those things with. And realize that this thing comes first before any other thing, including your career. Um, because at the end of the day, you're going to look back. I'm a stage in my life where my kids are grown. You live in a house this big. They live by the, I have one that lives by herself, one still stays home with me and my dog. You have to, there are memories. You just have to make time. We all have 24 hours a day. And out of that 24 hours, the question we all need to ask ourselves, how much time do you spend between that 24 hours with someone you really cared about and someone that means so much to you? So you have to do that self evaluation yourself, because at the end of the day, we all have needs for money. Money will always be there, but how we choose to use our time and that money we earn is what is for me a priority. And some people say I can't do without money. Well, you've trained yourself to cannot do without money, but learn to live with love first. Because I believe if you build a relationship and a foundation laid on love, then when money comes in, love gets to determine where money will stay. But if love comes before money, if money comes before love, money does not like love telling them what to do. So money is going to overshadow the relationship. So prioritize between yourself, living intentionally, know what is your priority, because guess what? Your profession will always be there. And guess what? If any one of us die today, you'll be remembered by the impact you've left and the life you've touched, the human you are, and not necessarily what your status in the society was. Thank you.
Well, you did take a bit of table there, but my time is up. The time you promised to give to me is up, and I'm laughing because you said love should comes before money. Maybe we'll leave this for another day because I don't think uh most ways. I mean, I would don't let me use the word most. Some particularly women would disagree with you on that love comes before money. I know it's money for her and first so because some will say love don't put food on the table. But like I said, I'm not gonna take more of your time than what we agreed for. So maybe our next topic or discussion, God willing, and if you oblige, is this issue of love comes before money. So probably that will be a live broadcast so that maybe some of our audience will like to join us. But once again, thank you for obliging and for accepting to be part of be a guest on this show. So just 1 minute final word, 30 seconds to 1 minute final word to me. I don't know if you still have questions for me. If you do, I'm open to take questions. And
No, I don't. I guess because I'm the one that you called to ask the question, so I don't think it would be appropriate to ask the host a question. So unless you
no,
have
no, no.
anything to
I'm
say,
giving you the floor. I'm giving you the floor to ask questions. It's okay. But
no.
if you don't have, you don't have. It's okay.
I just want to. I'm just curious. When you said you've been the one that betrayed someone, how did that make you feel, knowing that
Uh,
you hurt someone?
oh no, terrible. To be honest, it's terrible. At a point, I wish the ground could open and swallow. I wish the hands of the clock can be turned backward. But you see, these are all wishes. And like they said, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride on them. Is it something that I want to happen again? The answer is no, definitely. And transparency and honesty is always the key words. But on the flip side, like I said, uh, people get to that point because they want to get something. And that thing may be something genuinely they want to get. But betraying someone to get it, it's it's a different ball game. It's just like uh, uh, marrying to get papers. I think we should leave this other aspect. Yeah, but it's something that we should avoid doing. Transparency and honesty and open communication. I'll confess. I mean, I'll confess here. I tend to deflect on certain things. I keep a lot of things to myself, and like I often use the word economical with the truth, but it's been a great improvement in my life, particularly being a public, coming on the public. I know I can't afford to do certain things, and my life will be played in the open. My family life will be played in open, both nuclear and extended. And so it's helping me in the sense that if today anyone comes up and say, electricity, you betrayed me or you robbed me of this and that. Well, I know nobody will come up and say I robbed them of anything. So, but transparency and honesty uh, is still the best. It's still the best. And they say if you love a bird, you let it fly. If it's yours, it will come back. But sometimes when you cage the bird will get used to you, and you just release the bird, and he'll be following you. That's just another humor, a very wicked humor on my side. So
That's a good one. Because the bed is so used to being caged and looking at
yeah,
you all the time.
cage the bird, train the bird, feed the bird. Then the bird is okay. At least this person, at least he fed me. He or she fed me. He gave me all this. Let me just play along with it. that is how it happens. I, I think what you've said has opened a lot of door for discussion. Again, I would like to thank you. I hope when I reach out to you again, you will oblige me and the audience. I will do a live. I believe in live broadcast bringing this platform. Actually, let me just tell you now, is why would I talk about politics and everything? It's dedicated, also dedicated to recognize the woman's voice, African women in particular. And again, thank you very much. And as I bring the podcast to an end, I would like to say a big thank you and have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.